Hey there, Ramon Osa with you here, and welcome to this video where we're going to talk about some of the keys to hitting a powerful, consistent, spinny, all the good stuff that you want one-handed backhand. I'm going to show you how you can master the one-handed backhand from home and then bring this out into the court. So without any further ado, let's get started. All right, so the first thing we want to do is really get comfortable with the shadow swing. And as my client once said, this is not an intellectual process, this is really a feeling process. So as I go through these swings, I'd like to encourage you to do this for yourself and really video yourself doing this so you see if you're getting what you want. So here we go. Gonna hit and hold the finish. Okay, so notice just kind of what this looks like. I don't want you to think too technically about this, but just get a look for what it looks like. And that's going to help you internalize it. All right, so once you've done that, I'm going to introduce you to my secret weapon. And that is the Billie Jean King iCoach. Now, what's amazing about this device is you can actually master the fundamentals from home in 5 minutes a day, and it's 100% transfer to the court, okay? If you need one of these and you really want one, go to theicoach.com, use promo code RUSA, and you'll save some money. Okay, so first thing we got to do is get our body in position. Okay, so when we address the device, we've got the strings on the back of the ball, the racket face is vertical, and our arm is going out at about a 45-degree angle into the court. Okay, so that's just getting comfortable with your positioning between you and the ball, and that's going to help you if you tend to get jammed or you tend to be reaching. Finding a nice comfortable position here is really going to help you feel this. Okay, now what really makes this work well is developing a very strong target mind in your head. Okay, the brain loves clarity and a target. So if you'll notice in the alley here, I've got a little target set up on the other side of the net. Then that's the place that I'm going to visualize hitting the ball towards every time that I strike the ball on the iCoach. And more specifically, a window above the net. Let's see if we can do a little fancy graphic here, that the ball must pass through in order for the ball to end up at our ultimate target, which is that box. Okay, so we've got our position here. Next thing we do is work on the hit and hold. Okay, so remember our shadow swing. Now we're going to do the same exact stroke, but now the ball obviously is just going to be in the way of our swing. We hit and hold the finish. Now if you notice, when I hold the finish, not only do I look like a condor flying off into the sky, but I leave my eyes over the point of contact. That's really, really important because most players, we just don't do that. We get distracted by the ball flying away. So we really want to focus on having our head over the point of contact even after we strike the ball. Hit and hold the finish. And we do a few reps of these, okay? So here we go again. Hit and hold the finish. And as you do this from home, you're going to notice the ones that feel solid and the ones that don't. Do it again. Hit and hold the finish. Okay, and you'll notice that I've got the iCoach going straight. The first point of order in any foundational skill, if we're talking about the backhand, is to hit the ball solid and straight. And the iCoach gives you immediate feedback. So if the arm is wobbling all over the place, you didn't hit the ball straight. If the arm goes straight back and straight forth, then you hit it straight. All right, so here we go again. Hit and hold the finish. And what you're looking for in this first step with the iCoach is 80% quality, solid strokes that feel great, that help you feel like you're balanced and you're in control of the movement. Now let's go to the next step. All right, so once you feel solid with that, you're around 80% quality hits. The next thing we do is add some movement. Keeping in mind that we've always got that target in our head of where we're hitting the ball towards and the window above the net that the ball has to pass through in order to get there. So that you have confidence when we get out to the live ball in just a second that you know the ball's going to go where you want it to go. All right, so now all we do is get to the ball, hit it, and hold the finish. So here we go. Hit, hold the finish, and then recover. We'll do it again. Get to the ball, hit, hold the finish. The finish is where you're going to check your balance. All right, let's do it again. Get to the ball, hit, and hold the finish. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is work on our rhythm, okay? Tennis is so much about rhythm. We can work on that with the iCoach, okay? Really simple. This is going to help you get used to hitting an oncoming ball. And what we're going to do is hit the ball as it's coming back towards us over the line. So I'll hit the ball, it's going to go out, it's going to come back, it's going to go out, and as it comes back the second time, we're going to hit it again. Okay, so here we go. Got the target in our head. Don't forget the target, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. You kind of get the idea here, okay? It's like dancing a waltz. So you're timing the stroke with right as the ball's coming over the center. And you can chalk this up as looks easier than it actually is, especially if you've never done this before. But as you get your rhythm, you're going to have a continuum where you can sort of work on the stroke at any speed. Doesn't matter who you're hitting against, you're going to be able to time it perfectly, okay? Good, so those are your rhythms. And incidentally, if you practice this exact process for 5 minutes a day, in 5 weeks you would have 5,000 quality reps, which is about what you need to master a skill, and you can get it from home with the iCoach, okay? So next thing we're going to do is work on our movement, okay? So we're going to work on our 6 count that we just did, but now we're going to add a little bit of movement, okay? So I'm going to get to the ball, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick your favorite song here and sing along. Here we go, a couple more, 3, 4, 5. So now we're just getting our body in rhythm with the movement. Okay, tennis is all about movement, so we get our rhythms. Okay, so that would be the next step. Now our opponent's not going to just let us hit the ball willy-nilly. We have to pay attention to them at some point, right? So this is where we introduce when to look across the net. Okay, and the order, it's a 3-step process. We're going to finish the shot, then we're going to move, and then we're going to look. Now, don't take my word for this, but if you video record yourself hitting any shot in tennis, more than likely what you'll see is that your head is lifting as you're hitting, or you're looking before you even hit the ball, or even if you do finish the shot, you kind of stop and then you start moving. So this little process is really going to help you with that. So we're going to finish the shot, take a step or two, and then look. All right, so here's what that'll look like. Get to the ball with the target in our head, get to the ball, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish, move, look. 5. Finish, move, look. 4, 5. Finish, move, look. 4, 5. We can work on lateral movement. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish, move, look. Finish, move, look, etc., etc. And you'll get a workout in here too. I'm a little bit out of breath. Let's go to the next step. All right, so what we just did is sort of integrate your technique with rhythm. Okay, the next thing we got to do is get you ready to go out and hit a live ball. We can do that on a 3 count. Now this was engineered on a 3 count to simulate a ball coming at you from 78 feet away at 60 miles per hour. Okay, so that's what we're doing when we hit on the iCoach on a 3 count. So here's what a 3 count will look like. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Finish, move, look. Finish, move, look. Finish, move, look. Got the target in my head the whole way. Finish, move, look. And I'll just tell you, when you do this training, you're going to find your head start to quiet down. Okay, you're not thinking all kinds of crazy stuff. Where's my opponent? Where's my elbow supposed to be? You know, what did my coach tell me about bending my knees? All of that stuff goes out the window, and what you're left with is a clear mind and a clear target, and you'll find yourself executing this more and more. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes if I'm working on one particular shot over and over and over again, that shot gets pretty good, and then the other shots just kind of go out the window. So when we're training the backhand, we want to bring the forehand back into the picture, sort of balances us out. So we're going to do that right now on a 6 count. Okay, so I'm going to hit a forehand, and I'm going to get around and I'm going to hit a backhand. Okay, and just go side to side, all the while with the target in our mind of where we're hitting the ball, and also the 3-step process. Finish, move, look. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. etc. Okay, so now we've got rhythm, we've got both hemispheres of your brain plugged in. We're ready for action now. Now you might be thinking, Ramon, how in the world is hitting a ball on a stick translate to a ball flying across the net? And it's a great question. I want to answer it really quickly so you can assign meaning to your practice and you get the most out of it. So we are hardwired to track things, right? If you roll a ball to a 4-year-old baby, they don't have to have any athletic training. They'll just move to the ball and catch it, right? That's a natural instinct. The problem is when we start thinking about a lot of stuff as that ball's coming to us, like where's my elbow supposed to be, bend my knees, rotate the hips, whatever that thought is, it interferes with your body's natural ability to strike the ball. So yes, we have to train the stroke, we have to train the rhythm, we have to train the technique, but when it comes to actually tracking the ball, that becomes automatic, and that becomes get to the ball and hit it. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Now the next thing we're going to do, we've got the training that we can do from home now out of the way. Now we bring the bridge to the practicing on the court. All right, so now we're talking about the bridge between at-home practice and court practice. And the first step that you can do is a drop feed, is a self-feed, okay? So as you can see, I got the target lined up in the alley. Love using the alley because if you can hit the ball solid and straight and control the depth, you can hit anywhere on the court. Okay, so I've got the target and then I'll put in a little window above the net there that the ball has to pass through in order to get to our ultimate target. And now we've got that in place. Here we go. Drop the ball, finish, hold the finish. Here we go again. As you can see, I've got the target in my mind and I'm just trusting the stroke. Here we go again. So that pulled off a little bit. Let's try it again. So I'm really getting good contact, but I'm not quite hitting my target. So let's try it again. A little closer. And there it is. Okay, so that would be the next step. All right, so as we start bringing out some movement, let's talk a little bit about tactics and how you can use this new one-handed backhand you got to win yourself some points, okay? You could go out and hit loads and loads of different backhands and practice hitting all over the court, but I'm a big fan of the 80-20 principle and finding the 20% of things that'll get you 80% of the results. So on the backhand, what we have is the short angle backhand, okay, in singles. So if you notice, we've got a little target there. If I can hit that target on a wide backhand, I've run my opponent off the court and I've set up a hurting shot. So this is the one shot that I would recommend you practicing in singles if you want to really get the most out of this from a strategic, from a competitive standpoint. Okay, so I'm going to start to the left of the center. I'm going to pitch a ball out to myself, move to the ball with the target in mind, and hit it. Okay, so here we go. We move, finish. As you can see, that was a little wild. So let's try it again. Here we go. And that was a little bit better. Get to the ball and hit it. Here we go again. Here we go. Let's do a couple more. Get to the ball and hit it. So you can see your opponent's not going to be so happy if you can hit that target and run him off the court. You hit a couple more. Oh boy, that was a little wild. Let's try it again. And so that becomes the one shot. If you only have time to practice one backhand, if you're playing singles or even if you're playing doubles, that's the one shot you really want to fine tune so that you can set up your second ball. All right, so you've got your target in mind. You're able to execute it around 75% or so. Next thing you would do is go out and have a friend toss you the ball and go out and work on your fundamentals, just like we did step by step in with the iCoach, if you remember at the beginning. By the way, iCoach link down below if you want one. Now, as the ball gets faster, there's going to be a tendency for things to start taking place in your head. You might start freaking out, especially in the last 3 feet leading up into contact. And that's when that sort of mantra of get to the ball and hit it really pays off. If you can keep that in your mind after you've memorized the stroke will come out absolutely the way it's supposed to. In fact, I was hitting with my wife just the other day. I cranked a backhand right at her and she got freaked out. She starts wailing away on the ball. And then we said, oh, what were you thinking? She says, oh, you know, that ball was coming in so fast, I didn't know what to do. So I said, oh, that's great. Just try, you know, get to the ball and hit it. I cranked almost the exact same backhand the next try, and she just ripped it right past me for a winner, which was amazing. So this really, really works. Now, I've had such a great time with you today. If you'd like to continue watching some videos that I put out, I got a YouTube channel. Just type in Ramon Osa Tennis on the old YouTubes there. Also, got 2 free giveaways for you here. One is for the competitive tennis players, and what we've done is put together a diagnostic tool that is a completely personalized quiz that you'll go in and you'll answer some questions, and based on those answers, you'll find out where you rank in the 4 most important categories when it comes to winning more tennis matches. The stuff that Djokovic has figured out. So we've put this tool together for you. It's amazing. And the second thing is, if you'd like to get 2 steps faster to literally any ball without getting faster, without, you know, doing speed training or any of that stuff, just help you get 2 steps faster to the ball with where you are right now.